Hello friends, good evening to all of you and let's start the session here. So I told you about the properties of duration that duration is a measure which tells us about the impact of the interest rate risk, and also duration is measured in years. It's basically represented in years, and duration is less than the term to maturity, but in only the case of the zero coupon bond, the duration is equal to the maturity, right? And what about the perpetual bonds, like which are having no maturity? In that particular case, it is equal to 1 plus r divided by r, where r is the current yield, right? So we have already gone through these properties. We have already followed these properties. Now, after that, let's understand that duration is a measure which helps us so as to understand the impact of interest rate on the price. Now, we do look into the periodicity of the coupon rate, right? Or the coupon flows. Now, that's going to impact the duration. Now, if we are having the much more frequency, let's say we are having the more frequency of the coupon, then the duration will be lesser. I already told you. So the coupon frequency is increased as compared to if the coupon frequency is lowered and everything other than that is all same. In that scenario, the duration where the frequency of the coupon is more will be lower, right? And it is expressed in years. Longer the duration, longer is the sensitivity of the bond, and more is the risk associated with it. Clear with it so far? So longer duration means higher interest rate risk is there. And further, for the treasury management purposes, the portfolio duration is more important than the duration of the individual bond when we are talking about the portfolio, right? For the treasury management purposes when we are talking about that. So what we can be interpreting from the same, that longer the duration, greater price volatility is there, and shorter the duration, lower price volatility is there, right? So duration is a very practical tool, so which can be used for the interest rate risk measurement, for the portfolio immunization, for the asset liability management, and also for the bond comparison. This is very much important. The another concept related to the duration is a modified duration. Now, modified duration gives us a much more direct measure of the bond price sensitivity, and it is equal to duration divided by 1 plus r, where r is equal to YTM divided by the frequency of the coupon that you are getting, where r is equal to the YTM, that is yield to maturity, required rate of return, right, divided by the frequency of the coupon, right, that will be equal to it. Clear with it so far? So let's say if we are having the YTM of 6%, if we are having the YTM of 6%, and we calculated the duration to be 4.33, so it will be equal to 4.33 divided by 1 plus 6% of the YTM converted into the decimal part, that is 0.06. And for the, let's say if we are getting the annual coupon, then it will be divided by 1. So frequency is 1 here, right? So we can be calculating the Macaulay modified durations from here. From the Macaulay duration, we'll be able to calculate the modified duration here. Now, what is the significance of the modified duration? Now, it estimates the percentage change in the bond price for a unit change in the yield. So let's say if the percentage change in the particular bond price is to be calculated and we are having the modified duration. Let's say we calculated the modified duration. We calculated the modified duration to be 4.33 years, right? Now, what does this indicate? It indicates that if there is unit change in the yield, let's say the previous yield was 6% and now it is increased to 7%. There is unit change, like it is changed by 1% now, right? It's changed by 1%. Now there will be 4.33% change in the bond price. 4.33% change in the bond price. Now, how you will be knowing that the prices are going up or down? Because I have already explained this idea to you. Why? The bond prices are inversely proportional to the interest rate. The bond prices are inversely proportional to the interest rate. Now, what does that mean? That if the interest rate increases, the bond prices will become low, right? They'll come low. So in this case also, the percentage that interest rate is increases, the interest rate is increasing, so the bond prices will be lowered. So when we are talking about the change in the bond price, there will be a negative sign. There will be negative sign. Why? Because now the bond prices will decrease. Clear with it so far? Do confirm. So if we are having the previous bond price of, let's say, 995 rupees, now it will be decreased by 4.33%. So from using the modified duration, right, we can easily be calculating the bond prices also, like increase in bond price or decrease in bond price if there is unit change in the YTM, if there is unit change in the YTM or the required rate of return. Clear with it? Do confirm, because you may be asked a 5 point question in the exam, like so as to calculate the duration, so as to calculate the present value of the bond and so on. So we'll be covering a particular point related to it, no worries, right? So next topic, it's about the YTM of the bond, right? Now what is YTM? The YTM is yield to maturity. It is yield to maturity. So simply we can say the YTM is the discount rate. YTM is what? YTM is the discount rate at which the present value of the cash flows or the present value of the bond that becomes equal to the current market price, right? So simple definition. Mathematically, it is having a very simple definition. So YTM is the discount rate, right, at which the present value of the bond that will become equal to the current market price. And it is basically the rate of return which is earned by the investor who buys the bond at the current market price and also holds it till maturity. It is also that particular rate of return that you're going to get, right? So we are going to assume that there is a one assumption in the case of the YTM. There is assumption. What is the assumption? That whatsoever the coupon payment that you're going to receive. So what actually happens, that in case of the bond, I've already explained this timeline to you in the previous session, that let's say we are having a 3-year bond, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So let's say it is a rupees 1000 bond, and let's say you're getting a coupon of 10% here, right? So 10% of 1000 rupees means rupees 100. So you're getting rupees 100 each and every year. So we are just assuming that this 100 rupees is getting invested at the same rate, right? We are investing it at the same rate, the rate which basically is available over there, or what we are getting, the coupon we are getting, it is basically reinvested at the same particular rate, right? That's a assumption in case of the YTM. So it's like that when you are going to what interest you are going to earn or what rate you are going to earn when you buy the bond at the current market price. Now, the one, it is related to the face value at which the company will be offering you the bond, and one, it will be related to the market price of the bond in the secondary market. Like let's say it's available for at a discount of rupees 50. It's available for rupees 950 in the secondary market. So you got a bond at rupees 950 from the secondary market and you're going to hold it till maturity. Now, what rate you'll be earning will be the YTM. What rate will be earning will be the YTM. So it's a discount rate where if we discount all the present value of the bond, then it will become equal to the current market price of the bond. Simple as that, right? And what is going to tell you what are the features of YTM? Basically, it includes a coupon income, it includes a capital gain or loss on maturity, it includes a time value of money, and it assumes that bond is held till maturity. There are some assumptions related to it, right? So it assumes a few things. Let's have a look at it. It's quite important from the question point of view also. So first thing it assumes is like the bond is held till maturity, right? first thing. And second thing, it's related to reinvestment of the coupon at the same YTM. Reinvestment of the coupon. I already explained this to you. And further, the third assumption is like there will be no default in the coupon payment. You'll be getting the coupon on time, right? And further, what does YTM does? The YTM does not reveal, the YTM tells you that what return that you are going to get, right? If you're going to hold the bond till maturity, but it does not measure the price volatility. Price volatility is basically not, told by the YTM, right? So it could be the case that the YTM of the two bonds may be the same. So just look at this particular point. It could be the scenario that you're having the YTM of two bonds equal, right? But the price risk associated with them may be different, right? On maturity or on frequency of coupon payment, that may be different. Clear with it? So YTM is basically the rate of return from holding of the bond till maturity. That's basically the YTM means. And when we're talking about the duration, it means the weighted average time of receiving bond cash flows. If we look at the units, the YTM is basically represented in percentage. The YTM is represented in percentage where the duration is represented in years. And in case of YTM, we are focusing upon what? We are focusing upon return. But in case of the duration, we are focusing upon the interest rate risk, right? So that's about it. So I hope that you must have understood all the concepts related to it. Now, let's have a look at how we are to solve the question for the duration. If there is some case study asked to you related to duration, how we are going to solve it. Let's just have a look over it. So let's assume the data that will be given to you in case of the question related to duration. Let's say it is a 3-year bond, right? And rupees 1000 is the face value of the bond. And let's assume the coupon is 8%. And let's assume that the YTM is given to be 6%. We are assuming it to be 6%. And they will be telling us in the question so as to calculate the duration. Now, how we will be doing the same? How we can be calculating the duration here? So we have to make a table there. One, it is related to, there will be 5 columns: A, B, C, D, and E. The first column is related to T, that is time. When you're getting the coupon, right? So we are getting the coupon on annual basis because it is not told us anywhere that will be getting the coupon on half yearly basis or quarterly basis. So we are getting the coupon on yearly basis. So T will be equal to 1, 2, 3. On the other hand, if we were getting the coupon on half yearly basis, then it would happen 0.5, 1, etc. Right? Getting it? So now here it will be 1, 2, and 3. We are getting the coupon 3 times. The second one, it will be related to the cash flow. What cash flow will be there? Like the coupon amount, right? So we are getting the coupon at 8%. So 8% of 1000 rupees, that is 80 rupees. So we are getting 80 rupees for the first year, second year. And in the last year, we'll be getting the maturity value of rupees 1000 also. So the total amount that we'll be getting in the third year will be 1080. 1000 plus 80 rupees. So 1080 is the amount that we'll be getting in the third year, right? And further, after that, it's about the option C. That's a table. We are to calculate the present value factor. The third point, it's related to the present value factor here. Now, how we can be calculating the present value factor? If you remember, I told you about the discounting factor. The formula is quite simple. That is 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to power n. Now here R is the YTM and YTM is given to be 6%, that is 0.06. So we have to calculate for the first year like 1.06, 1 divided by 1.06 raised to power 1. For second year, it will be 1 divided by 1.06 raised to power 2. So we can simply be calculating it using the simple calculator. So it will be 1 divided by 1.06. For the first year, it is 0.9 0.943, and for the second year it is 0.889. For the third year it is 0.839, right? So this is a present value factor. And further, the fourth would be equal to the present value. Now, how we can be calculating the present value? B multiplied by C. We are to multiply the cash flow with the present value factor, and that will be the present value. So that is equal to 80 multiplied by 0.943. That is equal to 75.44. The second one, it will be equal to 0.889 into 80. That is 71.12. And the third one, 1080 multiplied by 0.839. That is 906.12. Now these are the present value that we calculated. And if we get the sum total of this column D, that will be equal to summation of PV. And that is equal to 906.12 plus 71.12 plus 75.44. That is equal to 1052.68. That is the present value that you're getting. Now, in the column E, we are to multiply this D column with the A column. That is PV dot T, right? So we are getting in the fifth column, we are getting PV dot T. Getting it? So it's quite simple. Now we have to multiply 75.44 with 1. That is 75.44, right? Second one, 71.12 multiplied by 2. That is 142.24. And third, 906.12 multiplied by 3, that is 2718 so plus 142.24 plus 75.44, that is 2936.04. This is summation of PV dot T, sum of all these terms. Okay, getting it? So that is actually equal to it. Now, what was the formula related to duration? Duration was equal to summation of PV dot T divided by summation of PV, if you memorize. So it is equal to 2936.04 divided by 1052.68. So divided by 1052.68, that is equal to 2.789, and duration is in years. So this is a duration that you're getting. So this is the duration, that how we can be calculating it. Okay, and what will be the modified duration here? So if we are to calculate the modified duration, it will be equal to duration divided by 1 plus R. Now here we are getting the coupon on yearly basis. So 1 plus R means 1 plus YTM divided by 1, right? So duration is equal to what? It is equal to 2.789 years. And further divided by YTM is 6%. So 1 plus 1.06 here. So 2.789 divided by 1.06, that is equal to 2.63. So the modified duration here we calculated is 2.63 years, right? So for unit change in the YTM, the percentage price change will be 2.63%. The percentage change in the price will be 2.63%. Clear with it? Do confirm that if you have understood this particular part. So how we just calculated, we are to basically calculate these 5 columns. First column is T, second is cash flow, third is present value factor or discounting factor, the third one is the fourth one is the present value multiplying the B with the C, and the fifth one is PV dot T that we need to calculate, that is A into D, right? And that's how we can be calculating the present value total, and for the PVT total, and just dividing PVT by the PV, and that will be getting the duration, right? So this is quite simple, that how we can be calculating the duration. I hope that you must have understood the concepts related to it. If clear, so do like the video and further share the video at the earliest, and simply just do write CAIIB if you want to get the complete pack, complete course related to all the 5 papers of the CAIIB. Just simply do WhatsApp CAIIB and WhatsApp it to the number 83609 44207. I'll be sharing the complete details to you. Like, and you'll be getting the full course videos, chapter-wise previous year questions, mock test, mega test, PDF notes, each and everything. The case study videos will also be covered, right? So that will be all. Thank you so much and see you again in the next video.